Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're zeroing in on the UnifAI Network, specifically that UAI token. We're looking at the data, the claims,
Hmm.
trying to figure out, is this legit or, well, is it something else?
Exactly. It's pitched as AI native infrastructure.
Yeah.
The whole idea is automating trading strategies, letting you create them, share them, even copy others.
A pretty big promise.
It is, and we need to see if the bones of the project actually support that.
Okay, so first things first, how do people even get involved? The source mentions it's not just a token floating out there.
Right, there's an actual app you download, and the sign up is through Telegram accounts.
Ah, interesting. Makes it pretty easy to jump in, potentially aiming for like mass adoption right off the bat.
Seems like it. And technically, it's all built on Solana.
Okay, Solana, that makes sense. If they're serious about strategy, automation, bots, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Speed is key there, lower fees than Ethereum, for example.
Yeah, the tech choice seems to align with what they say they're doing.
Now, this next part needs a closer look, the collaborations they're mentioning.
Oh, yeah. The source lists names like Dex Screeners, KGO.
And the big one, Microsoft. They also name specific testers, LP and Mora Plum.
It's quite the list. Now, the source doesn't really detail how these tests were done, but dropping names like Microsoft, that feels like a very deliberate move to build credibility fast.
High-stakes marketing, for sure. What about the community side?
Well, there seems to be activity, an active Discord, apparently, and the source does note that user engagement looks pretty positive, calls it a good and strong indicator.
Okay, engagement is one thing, but happy users don't always mean, deep financial backing.
Exactly. And that brings us to the numbers, which paint a more complex picture.
Right. So the headline stat is 130,000 total wallets. That sounds huge.
It does. But then you dig a bit deeper. The actual number of holders people owning the UAI token is listed at only 4,800.
Wow. Okay, so 130,000 wallets, maybe using the app, testing strategies perhaps, but only 4.8K actually holding the asset.
That's the discrepancy, yeah. Though the source does say that holder count is increasing day by day, still, it's a significant difference.
What about trading volume?
That's substantial, reported at $28 million. So there is market activity.
And the price? Where's it sitting?
Around 20 cents, roughly. The all-time high was closer to $0.28, so there's theoretically room to move. Sentiment is apparently quite bullish too, 84% according to the source.
And where can people actually trade it? Is it easily accessible?
Seems reasonably so. It's listed on places like Uniswap, BankXSwap, Bitco, Coins, BitSmart. And network yield mentioned on get.io. Wider availability is generally a decent sign.
But there's always a but in crypto, isn't there?
Hey, usually. And
Yeah.
here it's the concentration of holdings. This is pretty stark.
Okay, lay it on us.
The source states the top 10% of wallets hold 94% of the token.
94%
Yeah.
in the top 10% of wallets.
94%, representing apparently 200 million in volume or tokens. That's
Nah.
extremely concentrated.
So even with wide app usage, the actual ownership, the financial control is incredibly tight.
Precisely. It means the whole token economy could be, heavily influenced or even destabilized by a very small number of players. That's the core tension here.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the source we looked at gave it a final rating. What was it?
7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
They seemed impressed by the tech concept, the Solana base, the user numbers.
But with a major warning label attached.
A huge one, repeatedly emphasized. Do your own research. As always, really.
So the takeaway is you got this potentially useful tech, high reported usage on one side.
But on the other, this incredibly centralized financial structure. High potential maybe, but also significant risk baked in.
Which leads us to our final thought for you, the listener, to maybe chew on.
Yeah.
Given this picture, 130,000 wallets suggesting broad interest, but 94% of the wealth held by a tiny fraction. What does that really tell us about the future of these AI infrastructure tokens?
Are they truly being built for decentralized use by everyone? Or is the initial design maybe skewed toward rewarding a very concentrated group at the top?
Something to think about. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.